Alright, we'll get started with the stream as soon as I set this up. Might just play one game today. I'm a little bit tired today. Alright, we'll get started with the stream as soon as but we'll see. I might do another one. We'll see. Okay, so classic start. Yeah, that one is hard to approach. So I'm actually going to try to approach it from this angle. I'm not exactly sure how to approach this. I feel like this isn't a great move. I do actually feel like this isn't a great move. I don't know how to play that though, so I know that's the correct move, but I didn't. Oh, that's definitely not the right move. I think I have to do this. Just go there. And continue to come top. And come over this way on top, I believe. These are not good moves. Okay. It's definitely yeah, I don't. No, that doesn't work. Pretty sure he just killed himself. There's like a lot of mistakes made there. I mean, here's the thing. I think I'm just going to do this. I didn't necessarily need to do that, but I think I'm just going to do that. Yeah, that's well good enough. Like, giving up this entire thing's just not, like, not a winning formula. Definitely not a winning formula. I don't know if I played that right. I sacrificed a lot there, but I gained more than enough in the corner to make up for it. Let's do this. That is actually not the right way to kill that. He should have actually played here. I think I might just leave that alone for a while because I've gained so much territory on the outside that I don't think it matters right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and secure this corner. Like, this isn't going to work because I'm very, very strong on the other side. It's perfectly fine. I just wanted to kill the Moyo up here, more or less. Let's do this. That's probably the wrong move. That's probably the wrong move. It's a weird move, but okay. That doesn't really help him, though. Thing is, that doesn't really help him all that much. The bottom's just bigger. The bottom's actually a whole lot bigger. Then I get this move anyways. Do I really want to do that? No, fine. Just do this. What? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that didn't really make any sense. This is a lot bigger than that. Well, that is definitely the wrong way to play that. Giving this up is way, way too much. See, you can't live here, so I don't see the point of doing this. There's not much, there's just really not that many points there. That's a calculation error, because I can just kill him this way. And this is obviously a ladder. Don't play this. I mean, that's fine. Oh, shoot. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, that was just, he could have just taken that. Oh my god, that was a huge error by me. I should have just taken it. I just like, I swear, I just brain farted there for a while. I brain farted there for like 1
You have won.
Yeah, I definitely like brain farted there for a move. I don't even know why. Like, obviously that's the move there. I totally brain farted there because if I did this, he could have just done this. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered in the end because like he lost way too many points. Actually, no, I couldn't have even done that. I would have had to actually like just do this. And it like he could actually get a lot of points. He wouldn't have won, but he could get a lot of points. I just totally brain farted. I totally brain farted there. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, Atari, double Atari. I'm like, yeah, I can just take this. I totally brain farted there, but he made a mistake as well. He brain farted as well by doing this. But yeah, I like absolutely brain farted there. But anyways, like I think I have time to play another, so go ahead and challenge me if you're into like the 5 to 12Q range. I have time to play another game, but so generally like you would take one of the corners instead of just approach right away. Because you're going to get, like, this is generally Gote, so you're going to give me another corner spot. That's okay. The other way to approach this is this. I don't really like this approach because I think, like, it gives him a lot of territory for some influence, and that influence is worth a lot, but I actually just rather approach like this. I am almost sure that this is a bad move. I think, like, doing this or just doing this and letting me do this is probably the correct move. So obviously I'm going to do that. I'm going to pincer. That's always a bad move. This is like, unless you're begging for eyes, this is always a bad move. Because it lets me go down and it lets me have a lot of Sente moves here. So then he comes up. I have to do this basically. Because I want to come out and then I do this again. If he does that again, I'm going to go on top and threaten these. So now like my head is above his. So like this is always a bad move. This is also almost always a bad move unless you're begging for eyes. I think here you definitely just come out this way. Because my group still isn't that strong. I mean, I do have like this move. I do have a couple of moves here, but my group isn't that strong. So I think that should be the move. This is always a bad move. It lets me do this. And then like, I feel like I would be a little bit worried about this group. This group is really weak. I definitely wouldn't be doing this. This is pretty much this is like the biggest move because I think it actually almost eliminates and kills this. But I'm going to answer this first. And like, if you actually do this, it's pretty much always a better trade for me. And this does that doesn't make sense because this is still a thing. Actually, you know what? Like when he did this, I should have just done this because he's dead. He's dead. I think I just assumed he did. I think I just assumed that he actually did this, and now this is alive. I actually didn't realize he did this because this is dead. All I have to do is play here and he's dead. This I'm pretty sure is alive because there's not really a way I can invade it. So this is pretty much dead. I should have just killed him, but I went ahead and made this move anyways for this. So he does that. And then he does that. I'm going to do this first. That's like, this is one of those things that maybe like lower SDKs don't really see. This is one of those things that lower SDKs don't really see. They assume that if they assume that I'm just going to connect, and without doing this first, and they also miss that if they do this, I'm just going to go ahead and trade because this is pretty much always good for me. Like the correct way to play here is essentially this. But this is Sente for me because you still have to do this. And then like I can just go out here. And that's like White's ahead by a whole bunch right now because I've just killed all of this. And I've gotten this move. So essentially like that's how that should play out. This is just a miscalculation. You can't do this because I'm just going to kill you at this point. Then I'm ahead by 1 liberty, obviously. And I didn't actually need to do that. I actually didn't need to respond at all to this. I could have just done this. I honestly could have just done this and just come this way. And like done something like this. And now you'd be weak here as well. Because this is obviously I win. So I didn't actually need to do that. I was just doing this to be safe. But realistically, I could have done like... I could have honestly done something like this as well. That would have actually killed him. Now that I look at it, I don't really know why I didn't do that because there's no way out. There's absolutely no way out of this. So I had a stupid brain fart there. I was like, I'm winning by a lot anyway, so I'm not going to bother to think. But realistically, yeah, this is the way to play here. So I just connected. He does that. I'm going to come up and just secure this because I'm ahead by so much right now that I'm not going to worry too much about this. Because I have all this and this. And plus, I forgot, this is still not alive. This is still not alive. So he does that. The biggest move here is definitely just to kill this. But the biggest move here is most definitely just to kill this. But like, the thing is, I totally forgot. Like, I always just assume he connected. And that was alive. But I didn't, but that's not true. I do this. This is okay. I feel like the best way to handle this is just do this, is to maybe just do this. Build up your outside influence. You're not going to be able to kill my corner group. Letting me Hane here is a pretty big mistake. I think I probably should have just done this first. Because that basically means that you can't do this, obviously, because I get to do this at that point. So I should have actually just done that first. I cut in the wrong direction. I definitely should have just cut here first. That's my mistake. So I cut here. I extend, and then I Hane up, and then I cut here. Now this is like a bigger loss for me. I'm going to Atari first. Let you connect, and then I'm going to do this, and this basically just kills. That's not a very good move. The correct move is this. I can't do anything about this. This is dead, obviously. This is dead, obviously. So that is actually the correct move to capturing these stones. Does this. I'm just going to not respond, take the corner. That's a little bit of an empty move because there's so many moves that I can actually do. Like, I suspect that this is actually bigger than any move that he can actually do, but I'm going to come here just to suppress this territory. This, I don't understand these moves, honestly. I'm obviously going to Atari first so I can actually go on top, then do this. This is actually a bad move by me. Here, my guess is like the right move for me. The right move when he does this is just to Atari this and then just connect this way. I give up a little down here for the influence up here. So my guess is like that's the correct way to do this. That's not the correct way to play this. The correct way to play this is definitely to do this. I don't know if you're, well, I guess you're afraid of this, but then you kind of like just fight this out. I don't know how this comes out, but that's going to be the way you want to play this, I would guess. I don't know if this comes out favorably for black, though. I don't know how this fight comes, how this fight works out. But basically, doing this, letting me do that. I guess it's okay because he does break. My thing was just like I was just gonna go this way. The 3 stones aren't worth very much. Neither side's threatened, and I still break. I still get a little bit of territory here. Yeah, it is damaging here, but I'm definitely willing to make that trade. So he does that. He doesn't really get those 3, and it's still the same damaging move. So that's fine. This is my feeling is that this move is way bigger than any points he can actually get in here. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's pretty accurate. I'm just gonna take the bottom because there's not many points on the top. So I'm gonna stick up. See, so I get like the bottom territory. I get the Hane, and I can come up here. So I'm getting basically all the advantages. That is going to be go take, so I'm not going to answer that. So by the way, if you guys want to play me, just go ahead and challenge me anywhere from like 5 to 12k. I'm up for another game. Unranked, please. So I'm going to do this first. He does this. I was kind of thinking about doing this, but I didn't really want to play the Ko at this point. So I just went up and did this. He does that. I'm going to take advantage of this first. I don't understand why you would do this. That doesn't make any sense. You're self-Ataring yourself. You can do this right now because if I do this, you get the Atari, and that doesn't actually work for me. So the correct answer is obviously just to do that. So this doesn't really make any sense. Now he has to retreat because I have the Ko now. And then, of course, that's actually a really big corner move. And this, although it's not small, it's nowhere near as big as that. Nowhere near as big as that. Because this is Sente. You have to remember that this is Sente. I destroy basically all your points in here. So, yeah, this is like really hard to answer. If you're going to commit to doing this, you should crawl again. And at this point, I can't do this because now you're 1 liberty ahead. So, when you do that, I would just do this. And then you might be able to do something like that. That's how that's actually supposed to play out, more or less. And that's Sente for me, by the way. But he played this out in the really bad way as well. So that, of course, that doesn't really make any sense. This is dead anyways. And then this is just a miscalculation by him. This is a simple ladder. This is a simple ladder. I should have just taken this because I just had a brain fart here. So yeah, that I don't really know why you played that. You obviously just play this. I Atari, you connect, and then I connect this. Then basically I do this. And you don't really get too much territory here, but, you know, I'm still going to win, obviously, but, you know, you get something back. So that's how that game is going to go. So this is a really, really bad trade for black here. This is actually a really, really bad trade for black here. And this corner is still dead, by the ways. This corner is still dead. So, you know, even to the end of the game, I just kind of assumed that he connected and did not do this. So, yeah, that's where that game was won and lost. There was a really bad trade here and a pretty bad trade for him right here. I did play this wrong, but I still got the way better of it by playing it wrong. So that's actually how that game is actually going to be played. I am going to, if no one challenges me, I am actually going to just search for another game. But if someone challenges me before someone accepts this game, I will actually play the challenge. But that's the problem with playing
Game started.
All right, there we go. I don't really
Challenge received.
Whoops. The game's already started, so 9.5k. Okay. It's perfectly fine. I will play this. I will play this. Yeah, just take the normal route, I guess. That's actually a pretty common move. That move is perfectly fine. It builds up your... It actually does build up your territory. Yeah, this is the move instead of either of these connects. I think I've mentioned this before. Because I have this over here, I'm definitely going to favor the... because I have this over here, I'm definitely going to favor that. That's not a good move. Because it lets me cut in the middle. You want the lower three. You want the lower three right here. Because now you have like this weak. This group is actually weak now as well. And you're kind of like helping me make my bottom. That doesn't really make much sense. I will give you the bottom stone if you let me. Come out. Like, I will give you the bottom stone if you do this. Do I even need to give you the bottom stone here? Yeah, I probably do. The thing is, I can play the ko with you. And I will actually play the ko with you. Although I don't have any ko's right now. That's the problem. I don't have any ko threats right now. Getting that one thing on top... So go ahead and solidify my corner is what I'm going to do. Oh wait, that's a bad move. Oh crap, that's actually a really bad move. No, it's not. Let's do this first, actually. Sorry, this. Oh, I will gladly take this. I will gladly take this. It's kind of a weird set. It is kind of a strange setup, but I'll gladly take that. I think I should solidify this now. He did get a lot of influence in exchange for my territory down here. It is kind of a really weird start though for me. I probably should have invaded the corner, honestly. Probably should have invaded the corner. I'm just going to approach here. Remember, like, this is still in ko, so I can take this at any time. Let's see how well he can actually use influence. Oh, that's not a good move. Let's see how well he can use the outer influence. He has a lot. What? I was about to say something, but this is just kind of strange. This is really, really strange. I am going to connect this. Should I actually? Because I can Atari here, he can connect, and then I can go here, which actually might be a lot better. Because this is like not that many points. So I'm going to go with this move. Those three aren't that important. It's just a couple of points. But letting me do that is... Yeah, letting me do that is pretty critical to him. Because if he was trying to establish outer... If he was actually trying to establish outer influence, that basically just destroyed all his outer influence. Like, that just basically annihilated all his outer influence if he was trying to establish it. Because now he has like 2 weak stones here and here. I don't think I'm actually ahead in this game though, because I'm pretty sure I screwed up here. Although these 3 stones are actually quite hard to attack and kill. It's kind of weird playing people that don't really have a rank. It's very strange playing people that don't actually have a rank. That is kind of random. That gives me a Sente for sure. It's like super random. Kind of just playing by feel at this point. Like his influence here is growing like less and less useful. I feel like I can do that. I feel like he's like, I don't really know what this guy's doing. I feel like I think he might actually be trying to mimic the AI, but his moves are a little bit random in trying to mimic the AI. They definitely feel a little random in trying to mimic the AI. Like, he got those points, but those really aren't worth all that much, and he gave up so much here. And he didn't really even get those. He, like, legit didn't even really get those points. Guys, please hit the likes and subscribe. That would really help me. I mean, you're giving up like 20, 30 points at least in here. And that's not even counting what you could give up on, like, what you could possibly give up elsewhere. There's honestly just not that much, like, there honestly really is not that much over here. Probably, this is probably wrong, but oh wait, I gotta do something first. I most definitely have to do something first. Oh yeah, I definitely have to do something first. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Most definitely have to do something first. Oh, he might have disconnected. I don't like people that choose to disconnect. I don't think he's actually behind by that much. And there is, there, okay, yeah, I'm not, I gotta do this first. This is actually a big problem for me. If he actually had played this move, I might have just died. And as you can see, there's not too many points here. And he has severe problems here. And he actually has severe problems down there. This is like a really sloppy game played by me because I'm essentially reflexively playing. I'm essentially playing reflexively here. But there is, I mean, this game is not very clean. Let's definitely say that much. This game is not very clean. However, this will probably be the last game I play today because it's getting kind of late and I do want to kind of get some sleep soon. Been sleeping late lately and hasn't done me all that well. So he either has to run these two out or fix something down here or try to invade on this side. Those are the moves he can actually do right now. I have a lot of problems with my territory as well.
You have won.
All right, I timed out. I'm up about 30 points, but so the thing here is like when I connected here, like this is going to be the biggest move because I'm actually not alive yet here. Now I can do this, and of course, like if he does this, I can come out. So he probably can't kill me, but he can get a lot of advantages over here. So that's why this is so. That's why that's so big. It's an interesting game. I played a lot of moves that I usually like. I like doing these games because it actually allows me to explore certain variations that I usually don't do. So that's fine. I take here. I'm gonna just go do the Joseki. Usually the Joseki, I've run this through before. You would do something like this. That's usually kind of like how that Joseki works. This is okay though. It's not bad for black. So I'm going to kick and extend. That's generally, I mean, I don't think I should have invaded right away. But here, I'm almost certain that this is a better move right now. It provides much more of a base. So doing this, I invade. He does this. I'm going to jump. He's going to jump. I'm going to jump. I don't think that's a good move. And like I said, like this is probably the best move. And you can see how this variation works out. You're not going to be able to kill those two. So he disconnects. I do this. Whatever you want to think, this result is great for white. This result's fine. This is actually a really, really big thing up top. And this, I don't really know how I should respond to this. I mean, this was okay. That's bad. That's also pretty bad. I feel like I should just do this and see what he does. Because if he doesn't answer something, I can Atari here first and then go down here or something. But so the thing is, I do that. He does that. I Atari first. He takes. I'm going to do this. He does that. I'm going to take. He's going to take. And this actually ends up not so great for me because we're pretty much back to being even at this point. So like he actually got a lot of, I did get the corner, but he did get a lot of thickness on top. So he does that. The biggest thing here is this, obviously, because this is an untouched corner. So he does that. I'm going to take this now. I'm going to do that. He does that, force over. I feel like here, this is probably a better move. So I'm going to invade. He's going to do that, go down. This, I don't know if it's like this is the move or like, I should actually probably just jump up. That's probably what I should have done. That's probably the correct move because these two stones aren't that strong over here. So he does that. I block. He does that. I'm going to go ahead and do this and try to establish a base. That's fine. I'm going to do that. That's probably the right move. But then, I mean, I don't know. I don't really like that result all that much. So I'm just going to take the safer route, do this. That doesn't make any sense at all. You could do this, but why would you do this? You're making yourself like, you're basically destroying your upper moyo. So the thing is, like, you can just take the upper moyo. You can just take the upper influence. It's not that bad of a thing. He does this. I think I should have probably connected because these three still have some use, but I didn't want him to extend this and separate my two groups. This shape for white isn't very good. Now, it's not bad because like this shape for black sucks, but I feel like this was the right move. He takes, I do this, but I'd rather have like this out, and these two stones are still really weak. He does that. I'm going to go here. He does this. Come up. Now, there is this move, but right now, I just don't think he wants to do that move at this point. I mean, it is more territory for him, but it gets me completely out. So I'm going to come up. He's going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and take the Sente and do that. Not going to answer that. And then Hane here. Hane, like, this is actually a problem for me. That's actually a little bit of a problem for me. I mean, I can kill him here, I guess. But if he actually does that, like, this is actually kind of problematic because he can always kind of, break here. So, Hane this, he does this, I'm going to block, obviously. That is the wrong way to Atari because once you do that, when you do that, you take away this because now you have to answer here. So I do this, he connects, I'm going to fly out here and threaten these two stones. He's going to do that, and then I'm going to kind of like try to kill these two stones. He does that. That doesn't really make too much sense because you do take away like other moves like this later on. That could be useful if you do that. I'm just going to block and kill those two because those two are important because it connects my two groups. Connectors are very important. He does that. I'm going to do that, and because now I can just move here and kill those two as well. That, like, in terms of like right now, doing this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't really help you. Then I'm just going to get like the Sente and extend back out. Yes, there is stuff like if you do this and then you do this down here. I'm fully aware. I'm fully aware, well aware of like stuff down here. I'm not really that worried about it right now though. Come up. And the thing is, like, he's concentrating way too much on getting this territory, which he still hasn't gotten, and he's sacrificing way too much. He like sacrificed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He sacrificed like 15 points. And if I do this, if I actually do that, he's going to sacrifice maybe like 25 points. And he's probably not even going to get 25 points of territory here. So it's just a bad trade for him. Obviously, like, this is Sente for me because I can come back here, right? He does that. I'm just going to go ahead and take this. This is quite a few points for me in here. He does this. I'm going to take this as well. This is kind of like where I messed up, actually. I most definitely need to do this. Because, like I said, I'm not actually alive unless I do that. So this is not a very good move for me. And here, like this move, like you either do this and then do this, or you just go ahead and just do this first. This is really, really big. This is really, really big. So he didn't actually do that, and he did that. So this isn't really that big. So I definitely take the chance and do this, and that makes it alive. And at this point, the game is pretty much over because I'm ahead by like 30 points. He's kind of in shadows. He doesn't have much territory except for like here and a little bit here and a little bit here. But he's already given up a lot here. I have this territory here. Although there is Aji here, I will be the first to admit that there is Aji here. And I have this corner right here. So I have a lot more territory than he does. So he missed this opportunity here in this corner to threaten me. He sacrificed way too much up here to try to build his Moyo. And there were definitely mistakes made by both of us here. I don't exactly know how to play this, and I was like kind of reflexively playing anyways. So that's kind of like where this game was actually decided. This actually didn't come out too bad for him. But realistically, like this corner here, I mean, this corner play here and like missing this probably sealed the game. So like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. I hope you guys learned something from these streams, and I will see you guys next time.